I'm the lead on our donor drive implementation that we're rolling out. I'm going to show you how to do everything that you could possibly need to do in donor drive. Step one is you will email me and say, hey, I need a donor drive password. Once you email me at nick.sawal@irreverentwarriors.com, I will generate you a username, and you'll get an email likely into your spam folder that looks just like that top one, donor drive admin, your password. So you'll open that email. You can click look safe because you'll be getting emails from fundraising@donordrive.com. And then after you do that, you can reset your password. The message comes from fundraising@donordrive.com. It likely will be in your spam. You'll need to move that from your spam folder to your normal inbox to allow you to click the link. So once you do that, you can click reset password, and then change your password to whatever you want it to be. It does change every 90 days. I found that out the other day. So my recommendation is to add an exclamation mark at the end of your normal password. So this is your normal login screen. So if you want to bookmark this, it's irreverentwarriors.donordrive.com/admin. Once you log in, it does require 2FA, so you have to put in your phone number here. You can use email if you want, but phone's easier. Once you get the code, make sure you click that remember me for 1 day, because it does log you out after a couple minutes of inactivity. It's very, very secure. This software is extremely secure, so it's dealing with a whole bunch of finances and money. You are an event and campaign manager, so you can make sure to select that and then hit submit. And this is the admin side of Donor Drive. So you can pull up your reporting here for your events. You can view all the transactions for the event, view your constituents once they register. Events and campaigns is where your hike or any other campaign will be. We have some test events in there. Site content, this is your personalized page. So we're using the Nashville account right now, so that's the Nashville page. And then support is a pretty key feature as well. So you can get to it from clicking support at the top. It pulls up this page with a question mark in the bottom right corner. If you click that, you can go right to knowledge base, or we do have live chat support. So if you get stuck on anything, you can't figure something out, if I'm not available, I actually prefer you go through Donor Drive first. They get paid for this. We're paying them a decent penny to do this. So that's where all your help is. Zach, if you can click on the question mark at the bottom and then go to knowledge base. This is everything that you could possibly do in Donor Drive right here. You can look at site content. Anything you need to learn how to do is you can find out in this area. So this is a huge tool. It's much better than the training that some of us went through. This software can get really in depth. So we'd like to eventually do live fundraising and streaming and all kinds of that stuff. We're going to be taking baby steps as we go forward. So if anybody does have interest in getting more in-depth of this, please let me know. I'd love to expand our Donor Drive team. So just reach out to me and we'll figure that out. The site content. So we are going to start with your local chapter page. So where it says IW Nashville homepage, click that. You will view pages. And then click Nashville, or it'll be your chapter name. So right now we'll start with the preview. So hit preview. And this will show you the default page that we've created for everybody. So you got a couple banner pictures at the top. It'll say welcome to your chapter page. This is a very well-written ChatGPT prompt. And then we have our mission statement at the bottom. So right now, everybody has a pretty basic page. We're going to encourage you to customize it. So everybody got generic pictures in their top banner. I'd encourage you to use local pictures for your local page. And we're going to show you how to do all of that. So if you go back to the middle tab, and then we can edit page. So everybody's default page is a send accordion. It says that right there at the top. You're allowed to change the page layout if you want. This is just the one that we decided on. If you click page or change right there, it'll show you the 7 different options. The state pages that we have is ascend panels. Ascend default is just one group or one content set that we'll show you here in a minute. Banner is just banners with the content set, but we decided accordion would be the best fit, just kind of, and I'll show you why here in a second. All right, so click back to the tab that we were on, please, and then click Nashville, kind of above Ascend default. Yep, that works. All right, edit page. All right, so the top setting on this one is autoplay. So this will allow you to automatically scroll through the pictures and the banners. It's default to 5 seconds. So if you wanted to disable that for whatever reason or change that to a different time, you would click the edit button to do that. Scrolling down a little bit more, we have our first image. It's a wonderful picture of the Memphis hike from a couple years ago. To edit this, you will click edit and then double click the image. And this is where you will browse server. All images on Donor Drive have to be uploaded into Donor Drive first. By default, you will have access to a state folder like that. So Nashville's in Tennessee, so you can click on Tennessee. And then you have individual chapter photos from there. Let's show you how to upload some images. So you have, I had put these in here for Zach a couple months ago, but we will show you how to upload some images. So if you can X out of this, X out of this. All right, so you see where it says images and right next to content set right there? Yep. So click on the folder to open the folder. Then open the Nashville folder because that's where we're at. And then add image in the top right corner. You'll just drag and drop your files here. So whatever format your picture is when you upload it, that's how it will show up on the website. So if you remember on the image above the banner, it recommended the pixels to be 1440 by 350, I think it was. So it kind of needs to be short and fat to show up right on the banner. So you have to crop that before you do it. You can also add more folders here. So if you hit back once, it says add gallery. So a gallery is just a folder. So in the Memphis folder, we have one for banners, we have one for leadership bios, we have one for our sponsor packet. Any image that you are uploading, I'd recommend you keep them organized. That's where you can click where the folder saves to. So being in Nashville, you'd want it to be in the Nashville folder. We're just trying to stay as organized as we can on this back end. So yeah, you can save changes if you want to create that folder, or if you don't want that one exactly, you can cancel it, but that is where you will add images. So you can add as many galleries as you need to. It kind of makes it easier when you're browsing to add the image to kind of know what format it is, because you don't really get a good view of it once you click it. All right, so click on Nashville again. You see the pencil at the bottom, kind of next to the cloud under there. Yep, right there. So that lets you edit it. All you can edit is the folder that it's in and the file name. So it's appropriately named Nashville 2024 Group Shot. The more specific you can be, again, you don't get a good preview of what the picture is when you're using it in the browse feature. So make sure you name it so you know what's in your picture. All right, so back to content sets at the top. Yep, right there. All right, so let's edit this where we want to view pages and then edit page. All right, so you have, I think, 8 choices for, it's 7 or 8 banner pictures that you can upload. And it might actually be 6. So we'll have Zach scroll down a little bit more. There's banner 1, 2. Below that, you have content right there. So if you want a caption, you can put a caption in the content set attached to that banner. Or if you had a YouTube video, you can put that. You can either do an image or a video, as you can see here. So if you do want to do a YouTube video instead of an image, you just copy and paste the link into that video section, and then that'll auto show up and play the video in your banner. All right, so here is your first content area. Scroll up a little bit. Yep, right there. So what we are recommending folks do is to have a public event calendar for your local chapter. So, Zach, you can hit edit right there at the top left, yep. All right, so at the bottom of this paragraph, you can scroll down the box there. So after unforgettable, if you can hit enter to add a line. All right, and then there's a globe in the bar at the top. On the right side, kind of in the middle. Yep, right there. So this is an iframe. So we're going to leave this screen here. If you can open a new tab. Google.com. All right, 9 dots in the top right corner by your Google picture. Calendar. We're going to walk you through how to create a public calendar. Got it. So scroll down just a hair on the left side. Put your mouse over the February calendar on the left. And scroll there. Yeah, there you go. All right, so other calendars, you see the plus sign? Down 3, yep, right there. Create new calendar. So you'll call it your chapter name, public events is a good name. Pick your time zone. All right, and then create calendar. Then this will populate. Or maybe not. All right, so now it's created there on the left side. Or you can click configure. Yep, right there. All right, scroll down on the right side of the screen. All right, make available to public. Okay. If you have an events coordinator or anybody else on your team that you want to add, you can add people in groups right there. Scroll down a little more. Keep scrolling. We're looking for public URL. Right there. Up a little bit. Up. Right there. Public URL to this calendar. So copy that. Go back to our Donor Drive site content screen. Paste the URL right there. For width, you want to do 100 with a % sign. And then for height, do 400 without a % sign. So just 400. Name it your chapter name events calendar. And click OK. And there it shows up. All right, so save content at the bottom. And then scroll all the way to the very bottom. So every time you make a change, you have to create a new version of the page. It's at the very, very bottom. It'll say save page version. So any change you make, you have to click that, and then this shows up your version. So it's not a published thing until you hit publish. So you see Zach created that event right below the one that says published. So click right there and then publish now. or you can preview it to make sure it's what you want it to be before you publish. But whatever you want to do. We're trusting that we did good work. So click it again and hit preview just so we can see our calendar in action. Boom, right there. There's a calendar. So you will manage that calendar on the Google side. So anytime you do an event together or your hike, anytime you're bringing veterans together doing our mission, you'll want to make sure to add the event to that calendar. And then that'll make it public facing for everybody not on social media. They can use your landing page here to stay informed of what you have going on. A lot of other chapters, they're doing mailing lists. I've seen that. The Great Lakes region does really well up in Ohio and Michigan. I know Connecticut, I think, does one pretty well as well. If you have any questions about that, reach out to Robert or Eric Sheshel. All right, let's add one more thing. So go back to the site content, edit page. So you can click on the published, where we are now. So the published one, edit page. All right, so at the very bottom in the last content set, there's our mission statement. So edit that. All right, so after suicide, hit enter. We're going to create a button to our local Facebook group. So type in IW Nashville or whatever your chapter name is, Facebook group. Highlight that. And then there's a chain link right above camaraderie. And you will paste your Facebook link right there. Once you have your Facebook link to your group, just paste it right here on the URL and hit OK. All right, so while it's still highlighted on the top left where it says paragraph, now that it's a link, you can make it a button. So we have 3 choices for buttons: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Those are all your other text settings, but try primary button. I'll make it green with black type, I think. Yep. And then center it. Yep, there you go. Right there. Boom. All right. So scroll down a little bit and hit save. And then all the way to the bottom and save page version. So the beautiful part about saving the versions is you'll never lose anything. So if you mess something up, you can always go back to when it wasn't messed up. All right, and then preview that. Boom, right there. Alrighty, so back to the site content editing. So your second tab right there, do edit one more time. Alright, scroll down to right under that middle content set where we added your calendar. It's about in the middle of the page, too far. Alright, so these accordions right here, these are drop-down menus. So every time you'll create an event, if you have like your hike link, anything like that, in the title of it, you can put register for event here, register for hike here, whatever you want to call it. And then in the content set for the accordion, you'll put the registration. You probably want to make a button. So just like we did on the Facebook group, you'll say register here, highlight it, make it a link, put your registration link in that link, and then make it a button, center it, and make it pretty. And that's where people can do that. But these accordions can also be used for like leadership bios. We have that on the Memphis team, or Memphis page. You know what? Let's show the Memphis page. So myself in Memphis, Houston has done a lot to customize theirs. and Delaware has done a lot to customize theirs. So if you can click on IW Nashville right there, yep. Scroll up. More. I don't know why it's showing up like that. Maybe if you zoomed out. Communities. Drop it down. All right, so eventually, probably in the next couple days, so hopefully by the time we get this video posted, if you scroll down a little bit, we have our map here. So this map is going to link directly to our state pages in Donor Drive. So it doesn't currently, but it will very shortly. Let's just type in the URL at the top. So if you delete .com communities, so do .donordrive /Tennessee.com/Tennessee. So leave that, and this will lead to the state chapter page. So scroll down just a hair. There's our Chattanooga hike. So every state page has this. It's managed by us at the national level. If you have individual chapter pictures like this you would like to be featured on your state page, get with me and we will update that for you. So click on IW Memphis. All right, so scroll a little bit and I'll show you some examples of the accordions. And that donate directly to IW Memphis, we will happily make everybody their own campaign page to get funds directly for your chapter. That's accessible and donatable through here. So these are the accordions. So you'll see that we had an event last weekend for paintball. You can put whatever you need to put in there for your event. So this is what I was talking about for the hike. So you can register for the hike here. If you scroll to the next one, so here's our leadership bios. We got this template from Norwich. Eric put those together. So there's myself and Brad. We can get you that template as well once you go through the Canva training that Lisa's putting on. So these are just images that we uploaded into the images folder and then sourced them from that to put on our page. So just some ideas of what you can do. Let's go to Houston. So where it says index.cfm in the bar, if you change the index and all the stuff after it to Houston, you can delete index as well. Yeah. So they've done a lot to their page as well. So you can put your chapter logo on there. You can get your tickets there. They have their calendar, their leadership team, and their upcoming events. So the options are really endless of what you can do on this page. It can get as complicated or as easy as you want it to be. It's completely at your discretion. Yeah, I think that's about all we got. So there's their hike flyer. They uploaded that as an image, and then they sourced it through there. They have their own YouTube video right there at the bottom that they embedded. Some sponsor logos with Grunt Style Foundation and their Texas logo. So really, again, the options are endless. So I like to think of it back in the MySpace days for our millennials that are with us. We all learned how to HTML code before YouTube existed, so I don't really remember how we did that. But you can personalize this using HTML. You can use the basic items that is provided, but it can be as much or as little as you want it to be. So they've already customized the banner. That's the caption that you can add up there where it says, "Welcome to IW Houston." You can make those captions a link. Yeah, and the options are there. So if you click that Donate Now button, you can see the different events that we have. So you can search for an event name, or you can make a donation directly to National. that is why we were putting personalized campaigns on each page. The idea with this is to make the user experience the best it possibly can be. All right, so there's our full support bar. So all these links go directly back to our website. It's parallel to what's on the national website now. On the events, if you can drop that down, there's our Silky's hike list. So we have our Google Calendar on the national events calendar. That's our hike list, and that's where it's going to be moving forward in the next couple months. I believe we're phasing out the cities from the national site, and we're going to be switching to this. So we'll have everybody's links to register on there. If you scroll down a little bit, that's a built-in widget, so as the hikes get created, they'll show up as the upcoming events, and you can browse them there. All right, so more at the top, and this website is extremely mobile-friendly as well. So communities, if you can drop it down, now go back, hit the arrow rather than click it, because that's not tied in yet. Yeah. So these are all the different chapter pages. So we have Oconus is in here. It's just in alphabetical order. All the states in Oconus are all in one spot. And again, from irreverentwarriors.com/communities, that map will be tied in directly to all these state pages.
All right. Any closing statements?
Yeah, go back to IW Nashville in the middle. Nope. On the page that we were on.
Oh, back there.
Yeah, right there, yeah. All right, so from here, when you click on Nashville, you see version history, so that'll be a key page to get to as well. So this is where you'll see all the different versions that you've created. Again, when you make a change, you don't have to publish it until you're ready. So every time you click Save Page Version at the bottom of that edit screen, it'll create a version here, and you can edit it and change it. And once you get it perfect, that's when you want to publish it, so it's forward-facing. All right, so that wraps up basically how to edit your homepage, your landing page for your chapter. We'll be doing another one of these videos coming up soon for event management, how to manage the back end of your hike once it's created. But right now, the focus is getting everybody to personalize their landing pages for their chapters and getting that out and start using this wonderful tool that we have. If you have any questions or you need to create your account, please reach out to me via email, nick.sawall, SAWALL, @irreverentwarriors.com. Once you're in, I'd prefer you to go through the knowledge base if you have questions or anything, but if you get stuck and you can't figure it out, please reach out to me. I'm happy to do something like this where we can talk through it. I'll have you share your screen, and then I can kind of guide you through what you're trying to do. Thanks for checking us out. We're excited to have you on board as we progress into our next chapter of preventing veteran suicide. So thank you for checking out the video, and I hope you all have a great day.